how to attract investors for real estate. All right, guys, we're going to talk about attracting investors for real estate. I really appreciate this question. If you've got a question like this you'd like to have me answer, type it in the comments below and I'll create a video just like this one for you and all my other amazing YouTube subscribers. So let's talk about this. The idea that I'm getting from this question is, hey, I want to do some real estate investing. I don't have a lot of money. How do I go about finding other investors that will invest with me? Well, first and foremost, I've got to say is most people think they need another investor, but what they really need is a good hard money lender. You see, great hard money lenders will give you the money for the purchase and the rehab if you find a good enough deal. Now, I emphasize that find a good enough deal because you've got to find a really, really good deal for a hard money lender to give the money to a new investor, but it is possible and it's done all the time if you want the money for the purchase and the rehab. Now, if you find a good deal, you may have to come up with some additional cash to make that deal happen, especially if you're a brand new investor. It kind of makes sense, right? So the question I'm going to say is, first off, either you need to find a really, really good deal, which means you need to devote time and energy and resources and some money to find a really good deal. And I recommend driving for dollars. I've got a whole video on that you can check out and how to do that. And I've also got a video on some different softwares to use. You can check out that video as well. But let's say that you've done that, and for some reason you need some additional money. You found a good hard money lender. You've went out there and found some really, really good deals or just some good deals, and you're left with a deficit and you are not sure how to cover that. That's what I'm going to jump into with this video here that we can talk about. So let's switch over to the whiteboard here, guys. So there's a few things. The first one that I'm going to do is talk to my coworkers or business associates. There's other people like you that may have some money that they want to get to work. There's other people like you that may have money and not have time, and you have time but not have the money, and it's a great opportunity for you to work together to put a business partnership together. Now, something like this can be done like with an LLC where it's like a long term. Something like this can be done where it's equity, or it can be done as a debt type situation. Frankly, all of these could be done that way. So let me explain the differences in these for you. So a debt means you are required to pay no matter what. You're saying, I'm going to borrow $10,000 from you. That's 101,000. I'm going to borrow $10,000 from you, and I'm going to pay you back. Maybe you say I'm going to pay you back $12,000 over the next 12 months. I will pay you back $12,000. Or maybe you say I'll do $10,000 and I'm going to pay you 15% interest for however long I have the money out. You're liable for paying that back no matter what. Okay. The other one is called equity. So equity is where you say, I'll give you 30% of the deal. I'll keep 70% of the deal. And the difference with this is the lender, the person putting up the money, is taking on more risk. If there's not enough money to pay them, that goes away. They get their money and whatever's left after, or they get as much money as they can. They take on more risk with this, but you don't have the liability to pay them back because you're not dealing with a debt situation. So that's the difference between these two. So think strongly when you're doing that. The other thing you can do is set up an LLC, and this is a long-term partnership. These are going to be more on a deal-by-deal basis, although you can do the debt and equity in an LLC setup. So that's kind of a side note. There's more about that. If you want to know more, type it in the comments. I can create a new video. The next one I call is love money. And this is the most underlooked. This is someone who loves you. Your mom, your dad, your grandpa, your cousin, your aunt, your uncle. Somebody in your money, somebody that loves you is more than likely going to have some money, but they may not know how to get to that money. And that kind of leads to these other ones, but they may have money in a 401k. They may have money tied up in a savings account, or they may have it tied up in some type of a bond or something like that that could be liquidated and then used. And so this is called love money, but with love money, you've got to help them find it. And you can use love money actually for all of these. So you may have somebody that's maybe your mom has great credit, but does not have the money. She could get a credit card finance. And that leads me to number 3, which is credit card finance. You can go get credit card finance and you can get their money to be used as a down payment. American Express, Visa, MasterCard have probably helped more small businesses than anything else here because they've given them some money to work with. So you can do that. Now, maybe your credit's not great, so you can find somebody that loves you that may not have the money and let them get the credit card finance. The next one to think about is 401k, and this again can be for you or for love money, somebody that loves you. Do you have money in a 401k? If so, you can roll over that 401k. You can put that as a self-directed 401k, and then you can use that money to invest in a piece of real estate, a fix and flip, a wholesale deal, whatever the case may be. You can use that money. You may not have a 401k, but you might have someone that loves you that has a 401k, and they would roll that money into a self-directed, and you could use that for real estate. We can help them out. The next one is a business line of credit. With this, you're going to have an established LLC. It's going to need to have a few years of history. This is a little bit harder for most people to get, but people are working towards it by setting up an LLC and getting that going and putting some money through there. Something to think about. If you do have one set up, that's a great way to do it. Now, another way to do this is other real estate investors, finding another real estate investor that can team up with you on the project, that maybe can put some of that capital in there together, which almost becomes like an associate where you do some type of a debt or an equity spread. Either way, with all of these things, the most important thing as we're talking about how to attract investors is you've got to get out there and just talk to people. You've got to say, I've got a great opportunity, or I'm going to go find a great opportunity. This is what I've got. This is what I'm lacking. Can you help fill in the difference? And like we talked about with the love money is you may need to talk to them about, do you have a 401k? How's your credit? Can we go get some credit card finance? Those types of things. So you help coach them along the way. The other thing I'd say with this is you just can't take no for an answer. You have to keep finding new people. I'm not saying to try and strong arm or talk somebody into it. I'm saying you've got to keep finding new people. But like I started this whole thing, I really want to say it's got to be, you've got to check out hard money lenders. That's what most people don't think. They stop because they think I've got to have a bunch of money, which some money is necessary, but getting a good hard money lender can make a lot of these problems go away. Now, if you're enjoying this video so far, hit that thumbs up button. It tells me I'm doing a great job on these videos, and it tells YouTube I'm doing a great job as well. So they'll show this video to more people. I would greatly appreciate it. And it's absolutely free. Now, if you're doing these types of deals or wanting to do these types of deals, one of the things you're going to need is a property value analysis. It helps you determine what a property's worth, and that's changing all the time. So you need to rework it, and you need to use a property value analysis. If you'd like to get a copy of mine, I will send it to you absolutely for free, no strings attached. Just text me your email address to 435-294-0433, and I will email you over the copy of that. So text me your email address. I also have a video on how to create house flipping partnership agreements, which is what we've been talking about here with the love money or finding somebody else or an associate or a coworker or other real estate investor, business, how to do house flipping agreements. I'll put that on the screen so you can check that one out. I also have a blog post if you want to read up on how to present a real estate investment to a potential partner, what you should do, how you should present it. I'll put that in the comments below. As I said before, please consider subscribing. Otherwise, make it a very profitable day, and bye for now.